Hello, story lovers, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're journeying back in time to a magnificent Arab city, home to a king renowned for his wisdom and justice. He was a great ruler. But even he would sometimes encounter mysteries so tangled that his finest advisors were left completely stumped. And on one particular day, a case arrived that would test the very limits of the kingdom's wisdom. A woman, her face streaked with tears, rushed into the palace clutching a tiny infant. She fell before the king, her voice trembling with anguish. "My lord," she cried, "this child is not mine. My neighbor, she stole my baby and left this one in his place." The king, ever just, immediately ordered his guards to bring everyone involved to the court. The scene that followed was one of utter chaos. Two women, two sets of parents, each swearing on their life that the baby was theirs. They both had compelling stories, witnesses, and arguments that seemed airtight. The king's advisors debated for hours, growing more and more frustrated. The truth was buried under a mountain of conflicting claims, and they couldn't find a way to dig it out. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, a knowing smile spread across the king's face. "Do not worry," he announced to the tense courtroom. "There is one person who can solve this puzzle. I will summon the clever judge." A murmur went through the crowd. Everyone knew of the judge. His reputation for sharp wit and unconventional wisdom was legendary. Soon, the judge himself entered the palace. He was a man in his 50s, with a commanding presence and eyes that seemed to see right through you, shining with a sharp intelligence. He didn't interrupt as he listened intently to both women, absorbing every detail, every tear, every accusation. He let the chaos of their stories wash over him, his expression unreadable. After a long silence, the judge finally spoke, his voice calm yet firm, cutting through the tension in the hall. "I will solve this problem," he declared, "and I will do so in a way no one here expects." He then instructed a guard to place the infant on a soft cushion in the very center of the room. The baby lay there, completely unaware of the drama swirling around him. The judge then turned to the two women, his gaze piercing. "If you are the real mother," he began, "you will want the child to be with you, even if it means making the greatest sacrifice imaginable." He paused, letting his words sink in, before a cunning smile touched his lips. "But," he continued, "if you are not the true mother, you will not be willing to cause the child any harm." The courtroom held its breath. What could he possibly mean? The judge then did something that sent a wave of shock through everyone present. He unsheathed a small, gleaming knife from his belt. "I will cut the child in half if neither of you confesses the truth," he boomed, his voice echoing off the marble walls. Panic erupted, people gasped, advisors leaped to their feet. And the king himself looked stunned, but the judge remained perfectly still. He had no intention of harming the child, of course. This was simply a brilliant, albeit terrifying, ruse. It was a test not of evidence, but of love. In that heart-stopping moment, the truth revealed itself. One of the women, the real mother, collapsed in a torrent of fresh tears. Her face was a mask of pure terror. "No!" she shrieked, her voice raw with desperation. "No, my lord, don't do it. Give him to her. Let the child live, just let him live." She was willing to give up her own son, to suffer the agony of losing him forever, just to save his life. The other woman, however, remained strangely calm. A cold, composed smile played on her lips as she looked at the distraught mother. "Go on then," she said with a shrug. "Take the child. He is yours." Her indifference was more damning than any confession. The judge sheathed his knife, the tension in the room instantly breaking. He turned to the king, his voice now gentle. "You see, my lord," he explained, "the true mother is the one who will sacrifice everything for her child. Her love is so powerful that she would rather lose him than see him come to any harm." With that, the judge carefully picked up the baby and placed him back into the arms of his weeping, overjoyed mother. The case was closed. The lie had been exposed not by force, but by a profound understanding of the human heart. The story of the clever judge and the child spread like wildfire throughout the city and beyond. It was told and retold in marketplaces, homes, and caravanserai for many, many years, it became a powerful symbol of true wisdom. People learned a valuable lesson that day, that real intelligence isn't found in power or threats, but in empathy, in the ability to understand the depths of human nature and the unbreakable bond of a mother's love. The judge, from that day forward, was more than just a man of the law. He became a legend, a living testament to the idea that the sharpest mind is always guided by a compassionate heart. What an incredible story about the power of love and wisdom. It just goes to show that sometimes the most complex problems have the simplest, most human solutions. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey today. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next adventure into the world of timeless tales. We'll see you in the next video.